Yeah, some of those t-shirts are smaller.
Oh, look at that one. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm sorry I didn't see.
Oh, you're fine. How are you today?
Well, I could be better, but I'm doing okay.
Gotcha. Oh.
Probably between large and extra large.
Gotcha. And they're all $10?
The long dresses are 15.
15. Gotcha. Okay.
Or make an offer, you know.
Yes. Thank you. Oops.
My wife passed away in November.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
And since I can't use it, I just had to try to.
I understand. I do. I live over. So I spotted your sign and thought I'd come on in.
Well, that's why I put them out so people could see them.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
You from England? Or?
I am originally. Yes,
Okay.
I live here now. But yes. Wonderful. They're beautiful.
One place she always wanted to get, we never did.
To England?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I haven't been back since I've moved over here, so
well,
I'm in trouble.
I'm trying to get from Ethiopia back to New York.
Got you.
The candles is making an offer. I just couldn't figure out what the price
Yes.
was. You know, it's you try and I can only go so far.
Yep.
And I wouldn't let her, well, I let her buy whatever she wanted.
Yeah. Well, that's very nice.
I'm not totally sure what's in each of the boxes because I had a friend come yesterday to help me.
Oh, yes. Help you out.
So what brought you to the U.S.?
I met my husband. I was working at a summer camp teaching horse riding, and we just happened to be at the same party one day, and that was that. We were engaged in a month, and I moved on over.
Well, I met her in October one year, and we got married in June.
Yes.
So I got her back home at her parents didn't know who I was.
Yeah.
I got her home at 1:30 in the morning.
Oh, goodness.
We had a life like that. It was just oddball things.
Just lots of fun. Yeah. Yeah.
You'd be in bed before I get her back.
Oh, really?
Next to the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, my goodness.
You know, what
What an adventure.
Why sit in the airport for 7 hours?
Well, that's right.
We were on a tour group, and the rest of them were debating what to do, and I just looked at my wife and says, let's quit debating and go.
Yeah.
So you have any children?
I do. I have 3 boys.
Oh, okay.
I do. They are 7. No, they're not. They're 9, 7, and 5 now. So
It's hard to keep them straight.
it sure is.
Stuff would be really great.
What's the deal with the neck?
Oh, the disc had got degeneration.
Oh,
The first time it was 2004. The first time they put me heading for her. Gotta remember which cat we had when. We had her for about 14 years, and this last one ended up with basic kidney problems.
oh dear.
Yeah, some of those t-shirts are smaller.
Oh, look at that one. Goodness.
I haven't had a dress on in 19 years. I wear jeans everywhere I go.
Well, at the end, I
Pants
hate to
down,
say
yeah.
that, but
No,
Yeah.
it's true. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
in the last 3 weeks she wasn't even out of bed.
You know what size those
Yeah.
are, Richard?
That's camera equipment.
I know. How much are your cameras?
20. They're not in the best of shape, I'll be quite
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. No
That's
projects.
an old Minolta SR1 that I had in Africa in the 60s.
Oh, my goodness.
And the sneakers box has all the lenses and all the other attachments that go with that one.
Got you.
And that doesn't have, the light meter is external on that camera.
Okay. Can I pop these down if that's okay?
Why don't you just lay them over here on this
I
chair?
found my favorite things in the world, vintage Disney t-shirts. I couldn't be happier.
Well, when you live in Southern California for 28 years, I have to tell you how many times my kids went.
I can
Let's put it this way,
imagine.
they went a lot more than I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Disney would open up at night, and they'd be there all night then.
I can't imagine.
So the high schools in Southern California had to schedule their graduations really, really narrow foot. Okay.
I wear a 9 quad. And but if it's something like this where I can pull it up.
You can't buy if you're standing out there.
Now, how much is this one right here?
20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
What?
I'm gonna grab that.
There's
too,
all
if
kinds
that's
of filters.
I saw that. It gave me something to pick through and all sorts.
Washington called Dakota Creek, but we were there as they were going out of business, and we came back with 2.5 cases in the car.
I thought I was implying I'd be stocking up.
You would be her favorite stop.
Yeah, I know.
So you got way in the car.
Right.
You can have a party tonight.
You can have a lot of parties.
Yeah, we had that one trip we had 5.5 cases of wine before we left the West Coast.
Oh, just teasing you.
I only hit her for 49 years. So.
Desert.
Yeah.
Well, in the desert, we had best years we had was 5 inches. Usually it was around 2 to 3 inches.
Would you mind taking a look and letting me know how much I'm up to?
No, I don't know. I'm not even sure myself.
Well, please look through, like let me know, and I'll keep browsing as well, just in case. She had beautiful style.
Yeah, she did. She was.
And I'm just taking a real rough guess. Let's say $60.
$60, all right. I think if I'm at 60 and I were to pick 2 dresses and a skirt, what would that put me at? And I'll see exactly how much I have in my wallet.
Let's say 85.
85, I have 85.
Okay, I
Right
appreciate
there.
it.
Well, thank you very much. Could I give you your hangers back at all?
No.
No. Well, thank you very much for letting me look through and things. I wish you a lot of luck today.
Well, you're welcome.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Come by anytime.
Thank you. All right, you guys, welcome to the haul. So this is a single yard sale, and it's probably a bit choppy in the footage if you didn't notice. Essentially, it was almost like an estate sale. It was part of a neighborhood yard sale, but it was this lovely old gentleman who was unfortunately selling off his wife's items after she had sadly passed away. So what I did is I edited that video a little bit differently, making sure that I was cutting out the bulk of the conversation. We actually ended up talking for about 30 minutes, and I got to hear the most amazing stories about their life together, essentially. It was a really kind of special yard sale in that way. So all that to say, if it's a bit choppy, I do apologize, but I was trying to respect the privacy of the gentleman. So what I'm going to do is just take you through the items one by one and show you exactly what I picked up. I actually found some really, really fun items, some kind of bucket list items, in fact, for myself. And then the total that I spent for everything right here was $85. All right, let's get started with my favorite items first. So tons of vintage t-shirts there, which is kind of like my favorite things ever to find, especially when they're like this. So these are all single stitch. If you're not sure what that means like when you look at the sleeve here, there's only 1 row of stitching. That is a fantastic sign that this is a vintage, like a true vintage piece. Not to mention the tag is a dead giveaway as well. Sometimes there'll be paper tags. Oftentimes they'll be made in the USA, sometimes like Hong Kong or something like that. Really just depends what the item is, but those are some of the signs that you're looking for when it comes to old items. So definitely a vintage tag here, made in the USA, size medium, and it is a vintage Epcot Center graphic t-shirt. Love it. You know this is going in my collection, as are the next 2. Okay, another vintage single stitch t-shirt. Twilight Zone. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. 1988 is what is on this t-shirt right here. Oh, I love it so much. I tell you what, these found a good home. Like, I'm going to treasure these forever. And then my last one right here is a vintage Disney MGM Studio single stitch again Star Tours t-shirt. How amazing is this graphic t-shirt? So these are like a couple of bucks a piece, which is just an amazing deal. Okay, I grabbed a couple of dresses as well. I do have more t-shirts looking here, but on top here are the dresses. They were a little bit more expensive. They were like, I think he said around 15 or so a piece, but he did end up doing me a bundle deal. Like I said, 85 for everything. I just kind of let him name his price. So I only picked up 2 dresses or maybe 3 dresses and a skirt. This one, again, all vintage, is a full button up, kind of like a maxi dress, probably around an extra large or so. And it has this beautiful daisy print, just so like boho lagan look, very 90s. Just really liked that piece, especially for spring and summer. This piece is so unique, I couldn't leave it behind. So it's almost like bib overalls, except it's a maxi dress. Again, screams the 90s. It's got daisies all over it, then it's got this little pocket on the front here. Just a really beautiful, fun 90s piece. I have one skirt here. The elastic unfortunately has gone, so I'm going to have to disclose that. Somebody out there who is a seamstress will absolutely be able to do something with that, I'm sure. Here is the tag. Again, definitely vintage piece, and the colors were just so beautiful. So many like burnt orange and this like little pop of blue and stuff. Very kind of like 70s boho peasant hippie kind of a vibe. Just gorgeous maxi skirt. All right, and then my last dress is this piece. Again, super fun label, all vintage, all paper tags, all the good stuff. And then again, super 70s vibe. It's got this beautiful smocking on the front. It is a long sleeve with a little cuff there, and it's probably like a mini dress overall, but again, super 70s, just amazing. She has some serious style, I will say that. Okay, and then I think a lot of this stuff that is hanging out right here is actually vintage Victoria's Secret. Some of the pieces are the country pieces, which if you haven't seen that label before, it looks like this, Victoria's Secret Country. Like I said, these are all vintage again. So this is just kind of like a, oh, it's buttoned up wrong. Almost like a fleece kind of shacket kind of thing. Then we have another Victoria's Secret country piece, and it's just like a little kind of baby doll with all this really gorgeous detail at the bottom. We have a few of the modest pieces, which actually vintage modest Victoria's Secret pieces can do really well. So this one is like a full length. It's not the country one, but it is made in Hong Kong, and this is a full length modest nightgown, like long sleeve, the whole 9 yards, ruffle at the bottom, and then it has this beautiful button detail at the front as well. This one is another, not quite as modest with the long sleeves, but again, it's like floor length or whatever, and it does have some buttons and some lace work here at the top. Great keywords for that are going to be things like farmhouse, primitive, prairie, those kind of things. And then I kind of feel like these are supposed to be a set. I'm not sure. Anyway, it is like a little kind of chemise sort of slip. Again, all vintage. And then there is the robe as well that goes with it, like the cotton tie front robe. All right, we got a few more vintage t-shirts here, a few more vintage graphic t-shirts. Nothing quite as exciting as the Disney ones, for me at least, but still kind of cool. So again, all single stitch. This one is the kapok tree. I'm not sure, but it's super like neon colors, and I just really like the style of it. Love a good sort of 1980s tee. So we have a vintage Malibu Inn, again single stitch, and then it has this amazing giant neon graphic on the back. We have the STS-30 landing Atlantis. I saw it land, so something to do with space, maybe, not sure. I'm not familiar with my space history, but I thought that was a cool graphic t-shirt. I love those like I was there t-shirts. All right, vintage New Orleans graphic t-shirt, and it is double-sided, which is actually a really nice selling feature for vintage t-shirts. Make sure to put that in the title. We have the Richard Nixon Library and Birthplace. I guess this is like a tourist t-shirt, again vintage single stitch. We have the 100 anniversary Dodgers 1890 to 1990 t-shirt. And lastly, we have this History, a journey through time. It was apparently History Day in California. Again, I just thought it was really cool. Now, these are not all perfect, by the way. There's some marks, there's the occasional hole. Don't care one single bit. Cool vintage t-shirts for a couple of bucks. They're still going to do wonderful, and I get to reunite them with someone who's going to love and treasure them. All right, and my final thing from that yard sale for the $85 was this giant box here of camera stuff. So the camera body itself is a vintage Minolta, which I do pretty well with overall. So a Minolta SR1, and so it comes with the leather case. It came with the extension tube set, which looks to be just about brand new vintage dead stock in the box. He was telling me this is the camera that he used when they were traveling in the 60s, which was really cool. And then there's this little shoebox, not little, a shoebox, and it's absolutely full of like lenses and stuff like that. Again, all branded Minolta. So as a giant lot of camera things, the body itself has some really good comps. I'll kind of pop them up here. But as a lot itself, I probably will put it on auction and it should do really nicely. And technically, I think it was maybe $20 for the camera is what he had it at overall, but like I said, $85 for everything. All right, that's everything that I picked up at today's yard sale. As usual, if you enjoyed this video and you got any value whatsoever out of it, please take just a moment to give it a quick thumbs up. And if you're new here and you want to come along with me to more yard sales to pick up cool things to flip online for a profit, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the bell notification so you never miss a video and you never miss a yard sale. All right, you guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.